Alright, hello Roman. Good to see you in here. Today is going to be a bit of an odd stream. I'm going to have like a 15-minute break in it. What's up with the camera? Hello? It's not refreshing. Hello? 1 second, my camera's frozen. Maybe if I do this. Nope. One moment, y'all. There we go. I don't know why the camera froze for a second there. It was weird. Also, why it's out of focus. I think it's just because the case is so white. Alright. Both cameras. That's fun. I gotta fix both cameras. Okay. Second cam. Hello? Yeah, I'm having weird issues today. Alright, unplugged and plugged it in. Camera's right here. There we go. No idea what happened today. When I opened OBS, it crashed, and then I had to reset all my cameras. It's weird. Whatever. This customer's PC, doing diagnosis, it does this. A whole lot of nothing. So, fairly certain, right away, this power supply. Probably going to be 5 minutes to figure out what's wrong with this, and not long to fix it. Today, I've had a really weird time schedule for today. I really wanted to start much earlier, but customers weren't available earlier, and I'm not going to be available later, so I'm just going to do a split stream. I'm going to do like 30-40 minutes, and then the other customer is going to drop off his computer. I'll have to pause, to talk to him, grab his computer. I'm going to be upgrading his computer. So this one's a diagnosis and repair. The other one's an upgrade. So, don't know. It said ad break just finished. If you didn't hear anything, let me know. I'm going to get to it. Diagnosis right away. Power supply. I'm pretty certain. Pretty certain. Or we'll know in a second here. Oh, appreciate that, babe. Now I gotta go get my water.
Just redeemed hydrate.
You're still in here, Roman. What did you have to eat today? Alright. Yep, all the cables are still plugged in. So that's not it. Alright, we're gonna grab the old trusty tester power supply. Power supply always works. It's a good EVGA unit. Oh, so you did get called into it. I was hoping for you that it was you were gonna get off easy like I did, or they just canceled it last second. Is it gonna be multi-day long type thing? Or do you think it's just gonna be 2 days? Man, with all the money the government just wastes on stupid stuff, you'd think they'd start paying people for jury duty. I get paid for jury duty. I am plugging everything in. You won't know till tomorrow? Damn. Oh, you do? I don't think they said anything about payment for my jury duty. But that's a whole, wow, that's so much money. $25. That's like, I feel like this is an insulting amount of money. It's like you're only worth $25 for unlimited time and forced labor. I don't know, it's stupid. Alright, we are currently just hooking everything up. Real quick here. There should be a SATA wire somewhere for the RGB. Here it is. Okay. SATA wire. There you go. SATA power for the RGB. Everything's hooked up. Okay. Now, make sure power supply is on. It is. Alright. This boots up. We know what the problem is, and we'll fix it. It didn't boot up. Boot up. Yep. Is the power button even plugged in? That's another important question. It does look to be. I've had power buttons be broken before. Let me just short the 2 pins. No. Whole lot of nothing. Could be the cable extensions. Highly doubt it. Now I'm leaning towards motherboard. That's fun. Isn't that fun? Having to gut the whole PC. Come on. Come on, plugs. Ah, damn, that was hard to come on plugs for some reason. Okay. Just plug everything directly into the hardware. I'm doing a little bit of rushing today because we don't have a ton of time. I'd ask you about the jury duty, but I know you're not supposed to talk about it. So. I won't ask details. But was someone murdered? Alright. Alright. Major wires are plugged in. Nothing. Wow, literally nothing at all. No reaction whatsoever. That's super fun. Oh. Nothing. It's gonna be a fun fix. Time to gut the whole PC. By the way, this worked perfectly fine. And then somehow, as soon as I sold it, I took it home, plugged it in, and it just never turned on. Just never once turned on. So, pulling the motherboard. It's crazy. Is there anything I can do? Let me get this second cam off for a minute. Kind of in the way. Random chunk of thumb paste. That sucks, man. pushing a tab inward right now. It's kind of in the way. Yeah, I had that happen to someone, but it was like a year later. So they weren't upset or anything. They just upgraded the CPU at that point. They're like, you know, I was gonna upgrade soon anyways, so no biggie. It was cheap CPUs. The Ryzen 5 1600. It was nothing major. Yeah, I do not understand how motherboards just randomly die. Completely lifeless motherboard. I'm gonna hook it back up for a second. I'm gonna try to, I don't know, maybe clear CMOS, something. See if I can get something out of it. Some sort of life. Take the GPU out. 3600X. Was that on a stock cooler? Because I've heard of them dying. They just get too hot. Ah, fuck. These are the old cable extensions I had a while ago that they're really hard to plug into. Clearly very hard to unplug. Jesus. Let me try one more thing. Oh, you had a tower cooler on it. Have you seen the video that Tech Yes City did it was a long time ago, but where he was comparing the degradation that happens with like Ryzen 5 3600s over time when they're round stock coolers and they run hot for a long time, and they start having instability issues, and you have to underclock them to get them to last a little longer. Okay, I mean, we can, that's not plugged in. Let's short the pins. Yeah, let's go ahead and flip this power supply off. Pop the battery out. Short the CMOS pins. I mean, how does a motherboard just die? It's just sitting, not doing anything at all, just die. Alright, let's also go ahead and just unplug everything possible. All variables gone. Whether it be, you know what I've seen happen? Roman, have you seen this? Where a front USB header was like breaking a computer. I've had it where it was shorting two pins because they were crossed and smashed in the header there. The computer wouldn't turn on until you unplug the USB 3.0. I've had that really weird issue. So I'm unplugging everything that's not necessary. So I'll even unplug the CPU fan. Everything. RGB as well. Anything unnecessary is getting unplugged. If it's not needed to make it turn on, it's getting unplugged. So anything can be variable. I'll even unplug the keyboard and mouse. Well, none of this stuff's under warranty because it's all refurbished hardware. That's not plugged in. Alright, let's flip the power supply back on. No lights, no life, no nothing. Let's see if it powers on. Still a whole lot of nothing. Damn. That sucks. Just knocking it off. Could be better. This computer could be working. Could be worse. My computer could be broken. It kind of is. Water cooler's dying. How you doing? Nothing. No life. Nothing. Not at all. Damn. Lifeless. Sucks. Ripping the whole motherboard out. Gotta find a replacement for it. See what we got. Got this board. I have another this exact same motherboard, but I put it in a build already. Hi, baby. Watch out, Ryan. Watch out. Watch out. No, no, not right now, buddy. It's not playtime. I gotta get this bin. We've got B350, an X370, another B350, and a really nice Strix board. But that's a bit much to put in there. This seems to be the most fitting replacement for what's in there. I mean, you just look at them. They're very similar. Yeah, I'll probably go with this. Makes the most sense. I'm not going to go with like a red and black one. Just the theming won't look right. I'm going to test this board first. Oh, why am I taking this out? Look at these guys. This, alright. Let's just get to it. Like all this stuff. No, that's fun. We'll just twist it off. There we go. We're good. Safely removed. Alright. I'm going to plop this into the other motherboard, and then I'll worry about cleaning the paste off. How are some of the things bent? Weird. It's fine. I'll fix them. Just takes a second. Just a couple of corner ones got slightly bent. It's very mild. Just a little slight bend. So I'll just shift those back over real quick with a razor blade and we'll be fine. Yeah. Just bump the corner. No biggie. I'm gonna clean the pins though. Yeah, oops. Nothing I haven't dealt with many times over. Good. A couple more. You don't want to overbend them. Wiggling them too much and make them brittle. Very mild movements. They don't even fall off. I'm trying to see which ones were. Oh, okay, I see where they are. This one's being stubborn. There it goes. It's in place. We're good. There we go. Let's grab the back plate. And clean the paste off of this with some fresh paste on it. Just keep an eye out on my text messages for the customer to get back to me. Yeah, I've used plenty of Thermalright coolers. Use them all the time. Let's get this. Oh, that's exactly what this computer is. This is a 3700X, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 5700 XT. That's exactly what this is. Yeah, it's literally this PC. Thermalright has AIOs too, and they're great. I need some wires. It took out the little bit on the motherboard. I hate when this happens on motherboards where the threaded insert comes out. Oh, this one doesn't even thread into this one. So, pointless. Oh, it's because there's a bunch of different brands who make the cooler, right? And the BIOS and the RGB software for the GPU itself. So this GPU right here is the same as, I'm trying to grab this other one. This one. I have more. This is a 5700 XT as well. And I got more in here too. A bunch of different 5700 XTs. I can't find it right now, but I have another one that's a blower style. It's just the brands and aesthetics. So when this came out, it was like a more budget one where there's no RGB, it's just black fans. And then this one's a fancy one. 3 fans, big cooler on there, bunch of heat pipes, bunch of RGB on here too, bunch of cool lights. So this was a fancy model. I need a standoff for this motherboard. Need that standoff right there. Okay, and that one doesn't thread in. Cool. There's nothing threaded in this. Come on. What in the world is happening? There is no thread smaller than this. Why won't it thread in? Sorry, this is driving me insane. I'd say probably a 9060 XT 16 gig. What? Why doesn't anything thread into this? Okay, this standoff's pissed me off. It's coming out. I'm putting a different standoff in. That's driving me insane. I don't know why that standoff doesn't take any screws, but this one for sure will. Look at that. Yeah, if you're playing 1440p and it's harder to run games, you're definitely going to be just fine keeping the same CPU because it's going to be a lot more GPU intensive, and you can always upgrade the CPU later. That is installed. Alright, we're going to test this outside the case real quick. This is the customer's CPU, GPU, or CPU, motherboard, RAM, storage, and GPU on another motherboard. And if this boots just fine, it just means the motherboard was a problem. If it doesn't boot fine, it might also just need a BIOS update. No idea what BIOS version this motherboard's on. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Alright, now, this doesn't have a fan on it. That's just fine. It's only to test boot. Will not get that hot on no fan. Just booting it up. Just test booting. We have CPU light. Super duper fun. So that tells me is this might need a BIOS update. That's annoying. Man, there's a lot of hurdles today. Lots of hurdles. Let's grab an older CPU. Like let's grab a 1700. Actually, 1600 will run even cooler. So you can do a whole BIOS update without a fan. Always keep a Ryzen 5 1600 on hand for BIOS updates on older AM4 motherboards like this one, X370. So let's go ahead and shut it down. One second. I think that's the customer. I may have to do BRB real quick, y'all. Alright. I will be right back, y'all. When I come back, I am going to be installing the CPU is right here. Ryzen 5 1600. And doing a BIOS update. So I'll be right back, y'all.
Tell them you're going to do words on the stream tonight. Huh? Tell them you're going to be doing words on stream.
I'll be doing words on the stream. So if you guys want something to do on the stream whilst I am gone, I'll have that running. Setting it up right now. And we'll switch over and start that. So it's going to be about like 10 minutes before I get back. Maybe 15 at most. Alright, I'll see you guys. All right, I'm back. Let's resume the music. All right. And we'll go ahead and also. Okay. TikTok is still unmuted. Good. All right. So change plans. We're setting all this aside. And working on the other build. This one is not getting theirs back today, but the other is. So, change plans. Upgrade build is getting done now. Alright. So now with the second camera, get that out of the way. All this out of the way. We're gonna do CPU, motherboard, RAM, water cooler outside the case first. Make sure we're good to go. Then put it in the case. We have a 9600X, 32 gigs DDR4 or DDR5. I almost said 4. B850 board and 240 water cooler. And yes, we are moving hyper fast. We're getting this done quickly. Let's put that back in the box. That back in that box. That in there. Let's set this stuff back in the custom box. Now this is going to use the clip mounts. This one. So we're going to leave those in place. Alright, let's get some thermal paste over here. Put all this here. Set that in the box for the customer. Some thermal paste on the CPU. All right, there we go. All right, let's get this water cooler elevated. Oh. Pop the side panel off right now. We have to slightly gut this PC to get it ready for its new parts. Where is my plastic sputter? And it's really liking like some techno tonight. It's on shuffle. So I'm not picking these. Of course. Not captive screws, so those definitely fall out. Let's take the peels off. What do you got? Oh, there's an M.2 in this build, so this goes right back on there. Alright, let's put the GPU back in. Plug it in. Alrighty. Hooked back up. Make sure this boots into the BIOS. Alright. Couple boxes though, that's fine. I'll fix that. This is normally really good about staying in place. Oh my god, TikTok, stop having a fit. TikTok's just a meltdown. I'm not clicking anything. Yeah, you have a TikTok, now leave me alone. Yeah, it's rare, but it happens sometimes. Gotta remember where things go. they're friction fit. So once they've got friction on them, there we go. Now they'll start to stay in place. They don't want to stay up today. I don't know what the problem is. I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, we're back. Issue resolved. One box is missing. Oh, it's this one. There we go. That was awkward. Fixed it. We're good. I need my BAM fan for a second. I'm dying, y'all. Sorry if you can hear it for a second. Yeah, it's quite hot here in Florida. Very hot. Okay. Power supply on. CPU. Okay, everything's plugged in. I'll give that a minute. Alright, it's reading the CPU. It'll take a second to first boot. Alright, it boots. Let's see temps real quick. $40. It's a tad warm. Just a smidge. Should be fine. Go ahead and shut it down. Oh, I clicked restart. That's my bad. Go back into the BIOS again. Alright, now let's fully shut it down. Where's it at? Okay. Go ahead and push this to the side. What else? This. And that stuff. Get the computer on the disk. Let's get this swapped out. This is one of the PCs I built on one of my earlier streams. One of the first ones I did. Budget build, getting some huge upgrades. There we go. Crazy. It's gonna have like such a smaller motherboard in here, but a way faster PC. It is a hard screw to reach. I got it. Live visibility restricted. What? Oh my god. TikTok was crying over the screen being static for too long. Hey, no problem, Roman. I'll see you later. Yeah, today's gonna be a shorter stream anyways. I'm just trying to get this knocked out of the way fairly quickly. Looks like that can stay. This, and then that can. It's good to come out now. Yep. Let's unplug that. Appreciate you coming around, Roman. I'll see you later. I gotta take the water cooler out. The motherboard's kind of blocked in by the water cooler. I don't normally do streams this early anyway, so none of the regulars are here right now. But, of course, Roman. Alright, we gotta open the back because we've got, what's it called? Fan cables back here. There we go. Water cooler should just fall right on out now. What's holding it back now? Oh, wire they got snagged. This is the same wire keeps getting snagged in the same spot. Stop. There we go. Alright. CPU motherboard RAM combo. Out. New one goes in just a moment. Nope, we need IO shield. I'll put that in. Out the IO shield. Pop that out. Put that with that. We need bottom standoffs for middle and bottommost. Okay, let's move those real quick. Yeah, I would. I've not really had any issues with them. They're a great budget option for sure. I literally have one right here. Thermalite water cooler right there. About to be putting it in this computer in 2 seconds. No, let me take the GPU off of here real quick. Let's set that down. Let's set the water cooler like that for a moment while we line up the motherboard. There we go. Selling? No, I don't sell individual hardware. Only completed PCs. Hey, Scrambles!
With 3 views.
Appreciate it, man. How was your stream? Welcome in, Raiders. I am upgrading a PC. I did a diagnosis on the other computer that's over there. We diagnosed the motherboard, so we are swapping those parts out. But this customer is getting theirs done real quick first. This is an upgrade from a very old Intel build to a very modern AM5 motherboard combo. Oh, no worries, man. Enjoy your time at the gym. Appreciate you rating. No worries at all. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Tim. Tim's Custom Computers. I build computers. It's kind of in the name. But I'm also, a diagnosis, upgrades, just tech tips in general. If you welcome to chat. If you're just lurking, that is just fine as well. Anything is appreciated. I am just hooking things up right now. We went ahead and yanked the old motherboard out, putting the new stuff in now. Just lining up all the cables. If I am in the way of the screen at all, let me know. Too much. I'll get the second camera actually. Oh, caps on me. I am running some of the bottom cables in here on the bottom of the board. I'm gonna move the. Let's see which. My brain's all over the place. Should I get in here first? Let's run that over there. I'm gonna go ahead and move this like this. So we need to move that cable over here. Like that. Alright. A bit of a struggle. We got it. Oh, that's annoying. This cable keeps coming undone. Okay. For some reason, these split cables do not want to stay together. It's quite annoying. Alright, got them in there. Unnecessarily annoying. Alright, we're going to stuff all the wires from the water cooler up through the top hole here. You can manage everything up here. These wires do not want to stuff up here. I'll deal with those in a minute. I'm going to get the water cooler installed. Let's get this up here and then. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and actually flip this. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll flip this around. all the excess paste. Put on there. We're gonna zip tie some of these wires. They are all up in the way. I'm gonna move the second camera as well. Grab some extra zip ties. Now let's pull all these excess wires through here. Make sure everything's hooked up. There we go. To go ahead and run this cable down as far as I can get it. So that way I can hook it up to the RGB hub in the back here, because the RGB hub in the back is how you change out the lighting. And we want everything all synced up together. Okay, RGB is hooked up. Oops, I pushed on the IO shield. Pop that back into place. There we go. This is looking good so far. Doing that well. Gonna move some more wires around. Let's get these bottom motherboard cables in. They are somewhere around here. We need audio. There's front panel audio. Here it is. It's a tight space at the bottom here. It is hard to reach, but we'll make it work. Oh. There we go. Audio is hooked up. Let's get the front panel wires hooked up too. Alright, Power switch. Plug in. Power LED, positive, negative. Plugged in. There we go. I think this would be a... Yeah, I really do need to start a stream schedule. Stream's so random, people never know when to come in. I think I have one of those clips, actually, that'll go right there. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not necessary. All right, GPU's in. Let's hook it up. Power. We're gonna rerun the cables to a different spot than they were before, because it makes more sense now. No, that's annoying. The 3D printed GPU brace thing broke off, but I have more, so it's all good. I don't know why these two wires want to keep separating so much, so I'm going to zip tie them to each other. There we go. All right. Go ahead and see about hooking this up. Do we need any other accessories from here? No. No, we don't. Set this in there. We need the other water cooler screws. Grab one of these screws since one of them was missing. Fall down somewhere and pull it. Plenty more. Alright, let's go. Stick pads in here. There we go. That's done. Swap these around. Let's go back over here. Put it unplugged. Take this out. All right. Hey, Ted, I appreciate the lurk. All right, let's make sure. Float the power supply switch on. Boot it up. I didn't have you in here. I have you and Cat that spam me with hydrates, so I'm dying now. What? Yeah. What it's doing right now is it's getting, well, it's doing what it says doing. It's getting devices ready because a lot of hardware has changed, and Windows is going, whoa, these are not the same parts that were in there before. Let me figure out what to do with them. So that's what it's doing right now. It is figuring out what to do with the new parts. Oh, thanks, babe.
Hey, it's Sally18 just
a second, I hydrate you. You hydrate me again. Okay. Came out pretty nice though. Oh, is fishing not working? I thought it was. It should be working. Now it's working. I don't know what I changed. I just opened and closed the program.
Just redeemed fish.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe the command isn't working. I did have issues with my OBS today. As soon as I opened it, it crashed. So that was cool. And then it caused a bunch of issues. I got to reset my cameras and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it looks like you're going to have to use the redeem thing. It's in Spanish, so I don't know what this says, but I'm trying. I know where the buttons are, so I'm assuming it says check for updates. No, I can click it right here and change it to English. Oh, that didn't do anything, so I'm switching it back to Spanish. I'm just doing some quick updates for him to get the computer ready for him. No idea what that says. I'm just gonna click yes. Or sorry, C. I guess now I know to not stream in the middle of the day. No one comes in. Well, this is tech content, so it kind of makes sense. Most of them probably at work. People are interested. Don't know what that says. Yeah. Yeah, people want to watch after work. Well, I mean, I am working, so I'm just sharing it whenever I do work. I've got a max of 30 more minutes, but let me tell him to head back that way. Yeah, I'm flexible-ish. I'm just letting you do these drivers, and then I'm going to call the customer and tell them to go back. I'm going to call him now, actually. I'm going to mute Mike. Okay, I'm back. Oh yeah, his English isn't super good, hence the computer is completely in Spanish. I don't know what I was actually saying. So yeah, but I let him know. He understood that it's about 10 more minutes till his. So I'm gonna bring him his computer back. Um, but yeah, I just want to real quick pull up my USB and I know I love that. I want them because of that. It's so cool. No, they're actually. It's not just the new ones. They're actually um, adding it to all the way back to version 2. Yeah. So the series or Gen 2 or whatever, they're adding it to those ones too. Basically, any one of them that has compatible hardware, they're going to add it to. Obviously, they won't add it to the oldest of old ones because I don't think it'll work with them. But I think it'll work with the 2nd gen. The ones we used to have. I'm just checking temps real quick. Because I remounted the cooler and I haven't checked temps since I remounted the cooler. Took it off and turned it. I need to make sure temps are reasonable. As long as they stay under like 85, 90, we should be fine. Because this CPU can run to 95 degrees just fine according to AMD. I don't like it to run that hot, but that's what they say it's safe. Considering it only jumped to 70 and it's very slowly climbing, I think it's made just fine. Let me start putting the side panels on. Let me move the second camera too. It's in the way. Oh, the RGB on the cooler. I gotta, here, I'll show you. Right there. RGB on the cooler is not lit up. Let me hook that back up. Okay, it's lit up now. It's just a missed wire. We're all good. There we go. That looks nicer. Idle temp numbers were high 30s, low 40s. But he has background processes running on his computer. So the idle temps were skewed because it was running between 6 and 15% the whole time. So between 6 and 15% usage on the CPU, it was bouncing around low 40s to mid 40s. So I would say it's probably around high 30s, low 40s idle at like 1-2%. But that can be adjusted because there's a pump header right here. I'm not, the camera's not on. There's a pump header right here where the pump's plugged into. You can adjust the fan curve in the BIOS. If you go into the BIOS, you can adjust fan curve and make this ramp up higher so it moves more fluid at idle. I'm assuming the stock fan curve for the pump is probably pretty low at idle, so that's why it has a little bit warmer temp. But these CPUs can safely run much hotter than they're running right now. me show you. 73% and 100% usage. And it's very, very slowly climbing. It's kind of leveled off, to be honest. If I put the side panel on, it'll gain a few degrees, but nothing major. This exact cooler, let me grab it for you. You got the box. It's less than 50 bucks. The Aqua Elite 240. I think it's like 45 bucks, maybe 50 bucks at most. It's pretty cheap and it does the job just fine. GPU temps 73, CPU temp 73. PC's running nice and cool. I'll pop the side panel on and probably go up a couple degrees and then be just fine. Yes, 73 Celsius. That's what computers are measured in. Not being sarcastic, I'm just saying, like, that's actually... people panic all the time, changing their, like, their computer's degrees to Fahrenheit, and then freak out when it's, like, hundreds of degrees, but that's completely normal for computers. You can even tell, they color-coded it for people who don't know what's a good temperature. You can see that it's only yellow. Red is red because it's 100% usage. No, this isn't idle. This is stress testing. This is 100% usage right now. It's not idle. See that? The 100%. This is a stress test software. So the CPU is getting 100% load. GPU is getting 100% load. It's only lightly pushing the RAM a little bit at like 26. Idle is exactly what you just said. It is in the high 30s to low 40s. Yeah, it's really good temps. These CPUs are actually rated to go up casually just to over like 90 degrees. Like their target is 95. Yeah, with the side panel closed, it's gone up to almost 80, which is completely normal with the side panel closed. And you can always ramp up the fan curve even higher to counteract temps. But I think this computer will be running just fine. I highly doubt he's ever really going to be pegging his CPU to 100% usage, so he's not even going to see close to these temps. GPU's pulling 200 watts at 73 degrees. We're going to stop the test. I think it'll be just fine. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to restart the computer, go into the BIOS, and I'm going to set the RAM speed to 6,000 megahertz. And then the PC should be ready to go for him. I'll take some really quick photos of it for him real fast, so he can see what it looks like. I'll probably just take one photo real fast, because I gotta get going. He's also waiting on me. I don't want him to wait any longer. I'll just take like one nice shot for him real quick. Alright, RAM's running at 4800 right here. We're gonna go over to OC Tweaker. Not that one, not that one. Is it this one? They're named different things. Expo 6000. Yep, that looks good. Save and exit. Save and exit. Specs of this one. It was an old 6-core Intel i7. This one right here. Oh, okay. It's just off camera. I can't get that cable to let go of it. I think it was a 6800K. And 32 gigs DDR3. And he jumped all the way up to a Ryzen 5 9600X. 32 gigs of DDR5. And he kept the same GPU for now. He'll upgrade that later. It's a GTX 1080. But 1080 is still very good for budget. Yes, a very big jump. He actually bought this computer off me for $450 like a month or so ago, and already wanted to be like, oh, I'm jumping into upgrading it, you know? Let me give you a better shot of the inside. I will say the old i7 that was in there was very powerful for its age, because it was 2011 socket with 32 gigs of DDR3, big beefy motherboard that came out of it. This was a struggle to get this motherboard in that case. So he's got now a small micro ATX motherboard. Honestly, better. This case supports ATX, but you have to smash the wires under the motherboard to get it to fit, and it's miserable putting ATX in this case. You should have just called it micro ATX, because the ATX motherboard was literally right up against the bottom of the case. It's terrible. I like the case otherwise. If it didn't have that issue, it'd be great. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, depends on what CPU you have. You know, you got a Ryzen 5 8400F, probably won't even get that hot. But if you got a Ryzen 7 7700X, it might get a little warmer. But I don't think it would overheat. No. And they have even better. Thermalright has even better water coolers than this one. If you look at their water coolers, basically grab whatever one says like V4 or like whatever the later version is. Oh yeah, you have 3700X. That's a cooler plenty. I've used this exact same cooler with a 3700X. It'll cool it just fine. Yeah, I remember. You have the same specs as the computer I have over there off screen. You've got these specs right here. Ryzen 7 3700X, 5700XT. Alright. I gotta get this computer back to the customer. I'm gonna finish that other build later, but this one's all done. I'm gonna end stream here. I'm gonna see if there's someone I can raid. I really appreciate you guys coming around. Yeah, of course, no problem, man. Yeah, it's a great option. It's a great budget option for sure. Oh wow, really? That is weird. Yeah, I noticed a lot of the Ryzen 5X 3D chips have needed to be gotten from like Micro Center and stuff, which I don't have here. They've been like low quantity. It's weird. Honestly, I haven't really had any issues with any versions of it, but I have noticed lower temps with the newer versions. That's the only thing I've noticed. Oh, one quick thing before I get off of here. Let me show you some of the AIO. Any one of the AIOs, let me find it. Oh, that's not it. Okay, I'll just show you. That's not the right thing. I'll show you real fast. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is so confusing. I'm trying to show you guys something. What a mess. So, and any one of them that have this center hub on the fans are the newer ones with the really good pressure fans. Any one of the Thermalright coolers that look like that. They have the newer bearings on those fans. But let me real quick see if there's another breakout. I haven't really checked how much the TIs are going for. I've been able to get the non-TI for under 200, but not regularly. Not like they're everywhere, but somewhat consistently. The TI models hold their like value for way too long, to be honest. It's just not worth it. Yeah. I think the last one I got was around 200, but it's not very common. I just snagged them when I find good deals on them. I'm trying to remember how much I paid for the last one. Under 220? For wait, the TI or the non-TI? Sorry, I'm taking so long. I'm just trying to find something about it. Oh, non-TI. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I think the last one I got was like 200. Non-TI, of course. Give me one moment, you guys. Grab my way. Sorry, my mic's back on. I'd say cheaper place to get GPU. I go eBay, Marketplace, OfferUp, or if you're in other places, whatever your local market is. I know in Australia they have Gumtree, so like whatever you, like local used items for sale places. Jawa is good too. I just don't shop there a whole lot. Yeah, I'd say just then I'd say same things. eBay, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. Probably be your best bets. I am gonna go ahead and raid out you guys. I gotta get this customer's computer back, so I am going to stop raids coming in, and then raid out, and we're gonna raid out to Critter Vision. There's some adorable animals on this channel. It's just, yeah, it's a great channel, honestly. I love them. There's a squirrel munching on some bird feed right now. Appreciate you guys coming around. Have a good night, guys. Or a good afternoon, I guess.